In the last video, I told you 50 is not too late. But if you're 40, the mistake is different. Because at 50, the problem is usually low savings. At 40, the problem is usually false confidence. Not, I'm broke. I've got time. And that sentence is expensive. The most expensive money mistake 40-year-olds make is not buying a nicer car. It's not taking a vacation. It's not upgrading the kitchen. It's letting their income rise while their investing rate stays the same. It's spending their highest earning decade and telling themselves their 50s will clean it up. They won't. Not because you're doomed, because math doesn't care about your intentions. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why your 40s matter so much, what this mistake really costs, and the 5 moves that fix it before it becomes permanent. Not with motivation, with math. Let's build. Act 1, where most 40-year-olds actually are. First, let's get rid of the fantasy version of where people think they should be. According to Vanguard's 2025 data, the average retirement plan balance for ages 35 to 44 is $103,552. Sounds decent until you look at the median, $39,958. That is the real middle. That means half of people in that age range have less than about $40,000 saved. Vanguard. And this matters because averages lie when a small number of big accounts drag the number up. The median tells you what normal looks like. Normal is not crushing it. Normal is, I meant to save more by now. So if you're 40, 41, 42, and you feel behind, you are not alone. But this is the decade where being a little behind can turn into structurally behind. That's the danger. Act 2. The actual mistake. Here is the mistake. 40-year-olds think they have one more decade to get serious. They do not. What they actually have is one more decade of prime compounding before the catch-up years, and most people waste it. Here's how. Your income rises in your 40s. Maybe not every year, but generally, this is a stronger earning decade than your 30s. And what do most people do with that extra income? Bigger house, nicer car, more subscriptions, more travel, more eating out, more everything. Their lifestyle expands, their savings rate doesn't. That is the mistake. Not that you spend more, that you let every raise get claimed by your present life instead of your future life. Act 3. Why this decade is so expensive. If you're 40, you have roughly 25 years until 65. That is not almost retired. That is still a very long runway, but it is not an infinite runway. And every year you wait now is more expensive than it feels. Let me show you. Using the same 10% average annual return assumption from the last video, if you invest $1,000 per month from age 40 to 65, you end up around $1.33 million. If you wait until 50 and invest the exact same $1,000 per month until 65, you end up around $414,000. Same monthly amount, same retirement age, one decision. A roughly $912,000 difference. That is the price of saying, I'll get serious later. Read that again. The most expensive part of waiting is not the money you didn't contribute. It's the compounding you killed. And no catch-up contribution in your 50s can fully buy that back. Act 4. The benchmark most people ignore. Fidelity's benchmark says by age 40, a useful target is around 3 times your salary saved for retirement. Not because 3x is magic, because it tells you whether your system is working. They also say a strong general target is saving 15% of your pre-tax income each year, including employer match. Fidelity. If you're not near that benchmark, the answer is not panic. The answer is diagnosis. You do not need more guilt. You need a better machine. And that machine is built from 3 things: savings rate, account order, automation. That's it. Not genius, not stock picking, not waiting for the perfect moment. Act 5. What 40-year-olds still have that 50-year-olds don't. Here is the part 40-year-olds miss. You do not have catch-up contributions yet. For 2026, the regular 401k limit is $24,500. The IRA limit is $7,500. The bigger catch-up limits only begin at age 50 and over. IRS. So your 40s are not the decade where the law gives you extra room. They are the decade where time still gives you extra room. That is your advantage. At 50, the government helps more. At 40, compounding helps more. And compounding is better because it multiplies every dollar before you ever need the catch-up rules. Act 6. The 3 expensive behaviors. There are 3 behaviors that make this decade expensive. Behavior 1. Your contribution rate never rises. You got raises, your retirement account didn't. If your income went up and your savings rate stayed at 6%, that means your future got a raise and you spent it. Behavior 2. You treat retirement saving like leftover money. You pay the bills, you buy what you want, and if anything is left, maybe you invest. That is backwards. Investing has to happen before lifestyle expansion, not after. Behavior 3. You think a higher income later will solve a low savings rate now. It usually doesn't, because people who save poorly at $80,000 often save poorly at $120,000. More income does not automatically create discipline. It usually just upgrades the furniture. All right, let's fix it. 5 moves, in this order. Not next quarter, this week. Step 1. Capture your full match. If your employer matches and you are not taking the full match, stop everything and fix that first. That is your first priority. Free money is not a side benefit. It is part of your savings rate. Step 2. Get your total retirement savings rate to 15%. Not necessarily overnight, but get there. And yes, employer match counts toward that Fidelity guideline. Fidelity. If you're at 6%, don't stare at 15%. Go to 8%, then 10%, then 12%, then 15%. Step 3. Every raise gets split. When your pay goes up, your lifestyle does not get 100% of it. A percentage of every raise must go automatically to your future. Half the raise to life, half the raise to investments. Minimum. Step 4. Use the right accounts in the right order. 401k up to the match. Then IRA if it makes sense for your income and tax situation. Then back to the 401k. Tax-advantaged accounts first. Because your 40s are when your income is often high enough that taxes start to matter more. Step 5. Pick simple investments and stay there. Total Market Index Fund, S&P 500 Index Fund, Target Date Fund if you need simplicity. Do not turn your retirement account into a hobby. This is not the decade to impress yourself. This is the decade to automate yourself. Act 8. What this looks like in real life. Let's say you're 40. You've got about $40,000 saved, which is right around Vanguard's median for ages 35 to 44. And you start investing $1,000 a month. Not magic, not maxing everything out, just a serious automatic system. Under that same 10% illustrative assumption, that can compound to around $1.8 million by 65. Not because you found a secret, because you stopped wasting the decade. Vanguard uploaded video. And if that number feels aggressive, good. It should wake you up. Because the point is not to promise a result. The point is to show you how unbelievably expensive delay is. Act 9. The reframe. If you are 40, your job is not to become rich this year. Your job is to make sure 50-year-old you inherit momentum. That's the game. Because 50 with momentum is powerful. 50 with regret is expensive. Your 40s are the bridge between those two futures, and most people burn that bridge with lifestyle inflation, passivity, and the lie that they still have plenty of time. You have time, but you do not have cheap time. That's the difference. 3 things. Number 1, drop your age and current retirement balance in the comments. 42, $18,000. 45, $110,000. No judgment, just data. Number 2, this week, increase your retirement contribution by 1%. Not 10, not 5, 1%. Make this system real. Number 3, send this to one person in their 40s who thinks they can wait until 50 to get serious. They can't. And if this gave you clarity, hit like and subscribe, because in this series, we are not guessing. We are building wealth with arithmetic. I'll see you in the next one.